I just want you to listen to two things. And a lot of you should be worried because people have had serious charges like Nature Boy in the past and worse, have taken lives and got off or got probation or parole or whatever. So I needed to share with the public. Don't be surprised if that boy is out on house arrest. I'm not surprised at all. I mean, people that I talk to, including my husband, um, who does definitely know the law, said, you know, they're not gonna be able to hold him. And I really didn't express that too much because see, I don't want to be on the get attack mode. But it's been talked about, off of YouTube, um, Nature Boy's fate. And I don't really think that it's looking that bad for him. And I'm gonna tell you why. Number one, Nature Boy, and I just checked this out. She put this up almost 2 weeks ago, but I just came back on the scene 2 days ago. He has a paid lawyer now. Put a Y in the chat if you know that. And it seems to be a paid lawyer from Atlanta who is seasoned. So he's going to do probably everything in his power to make sure that Nature Boy gets off. So I'm just gonna let you guys know. Don't be shocked if you see him out here running a muckery, because hurt people hurt people. Trust me, because I know some of them in my real life. And what they do is they smile and they act like they're being humble while you're hurting them, or they feel like they're being hurt and disrespected and dissed and dismissed. And soon as they get out, they start showing their ass. His name is Robert Booker. But I want you guys to hear this because when I heard something that he had spoke up on the news, that right there let me know. This is a seasoned lawyer. And I know that Nature Boy gives a lot of thanks to Keys because Keys, number one, he's got money. He's made a lot of money on Big O. He's also his manager. He also makes sure, even if those nature girls are boring, that they meet their quota. So they're getting a coin. They're probably getting more coins than True was getting. And I told you before, I really believe True is purposely staying around just to feel what it feels like to be a boss. But he doesn't care about Nature Boy. He's not really putting in any effort to raise that money on Big O to get a paid lawyer. But them girls are up there, whether we think they're boring or not. And Keys is making sure that they're meeting their quota. And trust and believe, Keys probably helped research this lawyer for Nature Boy because Nature Boy's in jail. There's not much he can do. He can research from the inside and tell Keys who he wants to hire, and Keys will make it happen. So I just want you guys to listen to this.
Robert Booker as okay. An interview that Attorney Booker did with one of the local news stations about law enforcement using fake cell phone towers to capture criminals and prosecute them. And take a listen.
Their hands on your cell phone, they're not even telling defense attorneys they found you using a fake cell tower.
Well, they're only using this to catch bad guys. Why should I care?
Yeah. Well, not every person who's accused of being a bad guy is a bad guy.
Robert Booker is a defense attorney in Gwinnett County. He had never heard police were using fake cell towers here for years until we told him.
If there were phone calls made, they would normally show up here.
Records from one recently acquitted defendant show calls going through phantom cell towers.
Is your gut feeling that this technology may have been used and you weren't told about it?
Yes, I was. I believe it was.
If a
So, yeah, that was what I was able to locate in the short amount of time that I was researching this. But I'm sure I'll be able to find a little bit more as time goes along. Now, the other thing that Attorney Booker did, he did get off the ground running and he filed a number of motions. And I'm going to just go through the motions that he filed because I didn't pull all of the motions individually. There are 26 pages. And so, depending on the interest, I might pull them later and then come back and explain in more detail how he was using them and what he was basing them on. But in the meantime, I'll just quickly go through what he filed. So he's basically telling us here that he's got a consolidated list of motions and demands for discovery, and he wants to inspect all of the government's evidence, statements, and all scientific reports. And he's also putting them on notice that he is going to be proceeding with one of the statutes that's related to bail. We know he has a bail hearing coming up. Okay, and then moving on, he has a preliminary motion to suppress statements, preliminary motion to suppress evidence, preliminary motion to quash the defendant's arrest, and then lastly, general demurrer. And I'm sure you're probably wondering what that means. And at a high level,
So, hey, Linda. Hey, Angie. Hey, Sunfruit. Hey, Arco. Look, man, I need some glasses. Hold on. I was hearing myself echoing. Hey, Fuzzy. Hey, Michelle. I wasn't ignoring any of you guys. I just wanted to get that information out really quickly. I also want to say, because like I said, I have a husband that knows the law very well. And it's at the point now they have to give him a bail. Even if it's a bill he can't make, they have to give him a bill. Again, I'm going to say, even if it's a bill he cannot make. And see, the courts are gonna tread lightly because see, this is a seasoned lawyer and he goes up against like some serious stuff that's going on in the system that is corrupt. And I hope you guys were listening to him on with the cell phone towers and everything, and I guess violating people's rights and basically saying that somebody's a criminal and they might not be, or suspect, or whatever the situation might be. He takes on controversial cases. So and the courts know him, just like we know the judges that they're going to try to put Nature Boy in front of to keep him locked up. They also know Robert Booker. And I'm going to tell you something. In every state, because even in my state of Massachusetts, you got lawyers that you don't want to mess with. I don't care what judge you put Nature Boy in front of, that's going to, make sure that they sit him down. You better have probable cause at this point. If you're gonna make that boy sit down anymore, you better have all of those documents, records, whatever they call it, because that lawyer is looking for a bail, and he's entitled to a bail now. It might not be a bail he can make, but he's entitled to a bail. They can let him go, put him on house arrest. I don't know. I don't know if it's at the point where they could put him on probation. I don't know how that goes. I don't make it a habit of being in trouble with the law, but I'm gonna tell you something. Nature Boy better tread lightly. I hope he's in there behaving himself. I hope he's not, because I just got on the scene 2 days ago. But I hope he's not sneaking, doing these little three-way calls because people are calling on him, and that'll be a fool of him to even be messing himself up. He got a seasoned lawyer, and people sometimes think when they have a seasoned lawyer that the lawyer is supposed to do everything because they're a seasoned lawyer and they don't have to do their part. So I hope, now that he got a paid lawyer, he's not doing stupid stuff, because you mess around, you be like R. Kelly. I don't think he will get a bill because he's a flight risk and he doesn't have any, so he can't play. Right, that's what I just said. Real talk with Rita. I said that they have to give him a bill at this point, but I just said it might not be a bill he can make. Hey, look, Ashe, I'm gonna say Ashe. It might not be a bill he can make, and I've said this from the past. Put a Y in the chat if y'all heard me say it. I said it's gonna get to a point where they're gonna have to give him a bill, but it don't have to be a bill that he can make. That's what I've always said. I've said this in the past. People just get mad at me and try to give me information, but I'm just trying to tell you, we sometimes look at these characters, these entities. I'm an entity, and you think you know us personally, and you think just because of what you've seen with your two eyes, is that stuff's going to get these people in trouble. The system is corrupt too. So it's so much cruelty going on in the world, and you see people getting a slap on the wrist, and you're like, how did this dude get that little short time? Or how is this dude on house arrest? Like, what I'm saying? Like some white dude, he's on house arrest for 15 years or something. Or he's in federal going to federal jail, but it's really a billy club. He gonna be eating good like he was out in the street. The system is corrupt. And I'm gonna tell you something that I also said. Some of them charges are gonna drop. And see, what pissed me off about that whole situation when I heard that his bond was coming up. You got Velvet, you got Nateri, you got Solar, then you got the 3 or 4 musketeers over there, Zoka, Aya, and all of them. You got all of these people showing the system that they all messed up. It's almost like there's nobody, they don't know who to blame. It's apparent they're all messed up. It don't look good for Natureboy's case. And in one instance, it don't look good for his case. What they're doing out here in the street. In another instance, it might help his case. That's why they say when you're in trouble with the law, you keep your mouth closed. None of them kept their mouth closed. Everybody has something to say. Everybody wants to go on everybody's platform and talk about something that I know was probably told to them to keep on the hush hush. That's why sometimes when people get arrested and they get interrogated, they ask you, do you want a lawyer? Because you can say something that could put you away for the rest of your life. It says, big sis, all due respect. The district attorney, Tabitha, is a heavyweight, and she has a strong conviction rate. Natureboy needs to be, he needs to be careful, right? But he got a paid lawyer now, and he also got one that's seasoned. So that's why I said everybody needs to be careful. Because, see, the court's got to tread lightly, too. Because, see, you have to understand at the end of the day, people are human first. And they're looking at Natureboy's charges. They're not looking at him as a human. They're looking at him as like how we look at him. He's evil. That could be my child. Just keep him in there. See, we're human first. But see, that lawyer is going to make them say, you got to put you being human and your feelings and your emotions secondary and do your job legally, but by the law. That's what I'm saying to you. That lawyer is going to make sure that they do what they need to do by the law. I have an error. I think so too, Ashe. I just don't bite my tongue because, like I said, I'm not very liked in the community anyways, but I could care less because let me tell you something. This is cyberspace and I don't know none of you. You know what I'm saying? I have close personal relationships like with Michelle and with our Cole, Tender Catering. You know what I'm saying? I have, close relationships with them. I talk with some of them offline. But as a whole, y'all could. I'm not. When I say y'all, I'm not talking about all y'all. I'm just saying because I named a couple of people that I have close relationships with. But for all I know, y'all could be putting up profile pictures that are not even you. And I'm thinking I'm talking to so and so, and you know what I'm saying. So, like I said, you got to understand this is the internet. But I'm saying the same thing as you. I'm not trying to say he's gonna be free. He could get out, but he could go to trial and then he'll have a date to go back and turn himself in and do a sentence. Now that's not what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say he's not going to do no time. I'm saying that it's a strong possibility they could give him a bond and give him some strict stipulations. That's all I'm trying to say. Now I know a lot of people don't want to see him get out. I don't either. Especially after what I saw him do at the end to them girls before the SWAT came in. But we have to again too separate our feelings from what really was happening behind closed doors. We honestly didn't see everything. We started to hear after he got locked up really how messed up it was. Like how he was punching them. He started learning how to punch him in the head so they would seize out and fall to the floor and go into convulsions. We didn't know he was doing all that. We thought what we saw was already serious enough. Our call, I'm gonna give you the link to come up for a second. Cause I'm trying to I'm trying to read all these comments, but the long comments, you might as well just come up and just say what you have to say because I want to be able to, talk with everybody. So if you want to come up, you're more than welcome. But I got to read all these comments here. It said he can't afford an attorney and he has so many other A real talk with Rita, he has a paid attorney now. His name is Robert Booker. I think you came in late. He has a paid attorney. That's one of the main reasons why I went public. And he's also a seasoned attorney. And I also showed the attorney fighting. Hey, Tender, I gotta call you, sis. I've been so tired. I should have called you yesterday. And he's one of those attorneys that he takes on cases that attorneys don't want to take on because they're too controversial. And he was on the news. I don't know how long ago this was, but yeah, he has a seasoned lawyer. He has a paid lawyer now. And that can be dangerous because that lawyer seems to be very, very on point. And I just have an eerie feeling. Yeah, he's not free. When I say he's getting out, I don't mean he's getting out. He's a free man. They'll probably put him on house arrest. He might have to report to probation. But yeah, it says that the DA is on point. There is no way. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I just want to share that information with you because I think that it was more safe when he had a court-appointed lawyer because, to be honest with you, court-appointed lawyers, they work with the courts. And I just feel like when you get a seasoned lawyer and you get one that don't try to, be in with the in crowd and, they basically, they work for the courts, but they're gonna, if they feel that a man is in their mind from what they have went over, like doing their due diligence, if they feel that he's guilty, but he's not an animal, he's not as bad as what they're painting him to be, and he doesn't, the time he's looking at, he doesn't deserve to get, you're gonna have lawyers, and I feel that Robert Book is that lawyer that he's not gonna allow him to go down like that. he's gonna try to do everything in his power to try to help him. So I'm just saying. And paid lawyers, I'm gonna tell you something about a paid lawyer. They're getting paid, okay? So sometimes it don't matter if he's guilty or innocent. That's their client. He gonna try to get him off. So we haven't talked offline for a while now, but well, we gonna talk this year because I know I took a long little break, Michelle. I took a long little break, but I definitely will say you're one of my close ones, and never flip flopped on me. Fuzzy Snapdragon, you've always held me down too. Still one of my little members. I know that's right. And my mod. Book is a good lawyer from County. He is also good post conviction. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't even know him, but I just got this. When I just was listening to him, you could just tell you're not gonna. They're not pulling the wool over his eyes. He's not gonna be like that first lawyer who brought in them crazy witnesses that only just hurt Natureboy. And then he was listening to all these lies that Natureboy was telling him. This lawyer is not gonna just listen to Natureboy. He's gonna do his due diligence. And I'm quite sure before Natureboy could even hire him, he had to look at all of what was, well, like skim over what was going on before he decided if he was going to take the case. Because just because you're going to a lawyer to pay them, they might not. Some lawyers don't want to take cases. I have people in my family who, needed lawyers and need lawyers now, and some lawyers ain't messing with the case because one case in particular, they feel like they're going against their brother. Like the other lawyers in the system, and they don't want to feel like they're going against or exposing another lawyer. So a lot of lawyers have said they don't want to take the case on. So yeah, lawyers will look at stuff and don't want to get in the middle of it. They don't care about the money because they're gonna get money anyways, because things happen every day. Just like people die every day and we need funeral parlors. You know what I'm saying? And they'll never stop running. It's the same thing with lawyers. Hey, sis. You're on mute.
What up, fam?
What's going on, sis?
Nothing much. I'm glad you pulled up today because this is an issue that needs to really be discussed. This thing can go either way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my whole point. I don't want that, and I'm glad you said that because see, people, you get the little critics. You want Natureboy to get out this, that, another. Now I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to say, don't get your hopes up too high. He might, like I said, when I'm speaking on that, I feel as though he might get out while he's going to trial. Now, if he gets convicted, you know how they give you like a time that you have to come back and then turn yourself in. That's all I'm saying. They might let him, be on like some type of house arrest, or he has to be in at a certain time. He has to check in every day or call somebody every day. But I'm telling you, I'm not saying that he's not going to do no time, but they might give him a bond he can make, and he can get out and then go to court from the streets. That's
exactly, because they could very well put him on an ankle monitor or something, or just house arrest.
Yep.
But here's another point too, sis.
But you can't keep using it. He's a flight risk. You can't keep using that because you can put an ankle bracelet on him. That's all you got to do. You can't.
Yeah.
You just can't just have him sitting there because you don't know if he really did all that.
Well, and it could go even another way from that. The charges could be dropped if the district attorney have not produced enough information to hold that man.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, sis.
Yeah. And I know some people gonna be saying, "Oh, they ride." No, we not. We have to be diplomatic. We gotta be diplomatic and see both sides of it.
I'm gonna tell you something. I got a thick skin from these people in this community now.
You better say
And
that. My
I'm
husband is
trying
a
to tell you,
hustler.
I'm trying.
He's a recovering hustler. I done been in
My
and out of these
husband
court
too.
systems and stuff.
I'm trying. My husband. I'm gonna tell you something. My husband then laid in the bed many days when we were talking about it. Like at the beginning, he said they're not gonna be able to hold. They're not gonna be able to hold him. He gonna get out. That's what I'm telling you. What my husband
Wow.
said. Watch this. Hold on, Kevin. Come here for a second. He's laying down. We're tired.
Yeah, but Unc know though. You know what I mean? Unc know how the game go.
Yeah. You know he knows.
Yeah, Unc know. Uncle Abdul know how the game go.
I can't stand him. He's obnoxious. He's ignorant and everything else. But the fact of the matter is, we can't just go on emotions. Oh, he ain't getting out because we don't like him.
Exactly.
You know,
we have to be diplomatic. You know what I'm saying?
Just say.
You already know. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing?
What's up, Uncle Abdul? We glad you pulling up. We always want to get your expertise on things because we know you know how the game go.
Come on, Spence.
Sure you
It's
right.
your niece, our code. It's your niece.
How you doing, girl?
I'm doing good,
You know, they ain't gonna be able to convict him. You know, all they doing is holding him down with no bail. You know, them charges ain't going nowhere. The only thing they really got on him is that violation of that restraining order I guess he had against yeah. But other than that, you know, this thing gonna go away. Because I think the chick is lying anyhow. You know what I'm saying? You know, come on, she was always, she's part of that team. You know,
they said the FBI has a 98% conviction rate.
Oh, yes, they do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
yes, they do. Yes, they do. But he, you know, he ain't shit, man. And it's just what it is, man. I mean, that's how they getting down. You know, association, assimilation. You know what I'm saying? They all like-minded people over there. You know, so.
And you just heard my husband say, even though he shouldn't have swore on my channel, that's why I took the headphones from him.